out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding an undefeated professional record. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 156 pounds, fighting out of Dagestan, Russia, presenting the #2 ranked lightweight contender in the world, Khabib!
Young man came from hunting, faint and weary. What is that, my lord, my dearie? Oh, brother dear, let my bed be made.
Because Khabib ragged off everybody he's gotten in there with. That's the one guy you can't say he's close with. Because everybody he's got a hold of, he's beating the fuck out of. That guy's special. Nurmagomedov is special. His wrestling and his ground and pound is just so ferocious. It's on such another level.
Legit countryman and anything he could use to try and get in Nurmagomedov's head.
I think it's gonna be a long night for him. I call this fight a quivering coward because he showed fake respect out of fear. They were chased from their land. They were chased from their land to the edge of the cliffs. You're a phony, a fake.
Would I as soon out of the light of a mage's moon? But it's not by bone.
It's not about that. Like, there's a lot of those guys that are real good. They're real tough. But he's another level. He's a scary level. When you see him on top of guys, like especially when he's that was and having a conversation with him, pleading with him to give up.
You must quit title shot this life. You know title shot they deserve. Bam!
Tony, it represents the best that MMA has to offer in 2020.
How in the world do you beat Khabib Nurmagomedov?
The most dominant fighter in UFC history, in my opinion, Khabib Nurmagomedov.
I don't see him losing. Being beaten by anybody, honestly.
28-0, has only lost 1 round. But one thing we've never seen from Khabib is what happens when the going gets tough.
He is such a next-level talent. Khabib is ready for every subsequent stage of what you could possibly do.
I know I can hurt somebody very bad, maybe you can die.
How many guys have to try this bit and they end up getting just absolutely demolished? 28 of them have tried it.
Nurmagomedov just mauled him in a way that you go, oh God. He's just on such another level.
Only one king inside the jungle.
Is the fight to make at 155 Tony Ferguson now?
Yeah.
Tony Ferguson's the only man that can beat prime Khabib Nurmagomedov.
He's the one guy that adds an element or a dimension of doubt to it.
Tony Ferguson is the right fight for Khabib Nurmagomedov. Fuck all that Conor McGregor talk. That's the guy who should be fighting because that's the guy who poses an interesting challenge.
Everybody is running from Khabib on the ground.
Tony's gonna attack.
With your feet in the air and your head on the ground.
A lot of people in the industry think your toughest challenge is actually Tony Ferguson.
Try this trick and spin, yeah.
To improve my legacy, I have to beat this guy too.
Uncomfortable feeling that people associate with losing when they've personally experienced it. They look at losing as they've been oppressed or they've been hurt. But what they don't understand is that is the motivation for growth. And one of the most beautiful things that I think a young person can get involved in is martial arts, because martial arts teach you that in a way that very few things do.
One definition of a winner is someone who never let losing stop them.
Yes.
You know, and the idea that a single loss in a competition is somehow a defeat is completely insane. First of all, well, let's say you're a hockey player and you're a good player and you lose the tournament. It's like, well, so what? You played the game. You're increasing your skills. It's like there's always next time. And one of the things that I've also been telling people, informing people about, is the idea that life isn't a game. It's a series of games. And the right ethic is to be the winner of the series of games. And part of that means you have to learn how to be a good loser, because you're not going to win every single game.
But you also have to embrace those losses as learning experiences. And the people that have never lost are afraid of losing. They're afraid of learning.
Guns N' Roses was Aerosmith on steroids. And Tony Ferguson is Little Diaz with fucking elk blood in him. You understand me? He don't want that kid.
When you were a child, did they warn you about the boogeyman? The boogeyman.
All three judges scored this contest 30-27, declaring the winner by unanimous decision, Michael the Menace Johnson.
Big win tonight for Michael Johnson. He hands Tony Ferguson his first UFC loss.
I was told it, go back up. Got this all in my face, but I won't be a fake up. Got a trip, living life in the street. Got my shit right every day, but I won't be a fake up.
I'm in the 7, I'm gonna act up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, you stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'm in the 7, I'm gonna act up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, you stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up.
Hell is you thinking I'm jumping and leaking and Leo is leaking immediately. Show up this evening and wait till you sleeping and wrap you up nice and neat in them sheets. Kicked it the open, I'm scanning for motion. I'm just trying to make all my pockets obese. Don't want the coochie, I just want the Lucci. So me and all of my poochies can eat. Might rob 2 chains for his loose change. Take his boo thing out the PF chains and take him K get a steak or something. Drop kick yeah in the face or something. Looking at me like I'm opaque or something. Nigga don't I look like Drake or something? Shake a girl, make an earthquake or something. Better tell mankind Undertaker coming.
Back up, I was told it, don't back up. Got this all in my face, but I won't be a fake up. Got a trip, living life in the street. Got my shit right every day, but I won't be a victim.
I'm in the 7, I'm gonna act up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up.
Kevin just tried this. It's better if the arm is across. That's it. Tony went out. He went out.
That's done it. Tony Ferguson is the UFC interim lightweight champion of the world.
And the winner by submission into a triangle choke. And now, a new interim UFC lightweight champion of the world, Tony CUCUY Ferguson.
Tony Ferguson has pulled out of the fight. He's injured. He hurt his knee.
His LCL's detached.
What's up, brother?
Quick, and has not lost a fight in over 5 years.
He hurt himself at a TV station.
We come here for making history.
Unprecedented win streak. Now the UFC interim lightweight champion.
This is right here. I'm defending my belt.
Tony Ferguson was doing some UFC media and he tripped on a camera cord on set.
Don't sleep like Tony Ferguson. That's why I go slowly.
And new UFC Lightweight Champion, Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Empty your mind.
You guys don't see the guy that remodeled his kitchen.
He's formless.
That redid his academy. That elevated his game enough to quit drinking.
Shapeless.
To do all these different things to change my life for the better.
Like water.
If I can be myself, I can be anybody.
Finish the sentence. Tony Ferguson is the type of dude to
whoop your ass.
Does not get tired.
He's the scariest guy at 155.
To come back and produce the way he did tonight is truly the stuff of legends.
But it's about consistency.
Do I deserve the title fight? Raise your hand.
The same way when I hear my knee, I said what? Consistency times effort is what? Confidence.
I'm the fucking champ. You guys realize that, right?
Looking at that fight in Abu Dhabi, how do you see it playing out?
I see Khabib winning.
There's the tap! Khabib Nurmagomedov!
How in the world do you beat Khabib Nurmagomedov?
Khabib, he gets you on the ground, it's game over.
When I go to the cage, I mow my opponents.
He works out, he goes, I've never seen anybody have this kind of dedication in gas tanks. He works out a legitimate 6 hours a day. He says he's running hills. They do these hill sprints, and he said he laps everybody. He goes all the way to the top before they do, goes down, and then beats them on the way up. Tony's endurance, his endurance is off the charts. Yeah. Off the charts. Impeccable. He was posting the other day that he went on a six mile run at 1 o'clock in the morning. He's like, extra credit. He wrote hashtag extra credit. I mean, he's an animal. I mean, Eddie Bravo trains with him up there in Big Bear all the time. He says he's never seen anything like it.
Khabib's a game opponent. He's a real fighter. We need to fight for the 5th time. We need to try this out again. He is the champ. I was the intern champ. I'm still the fucking champ.
Every time that fight falls through, these guys keep winning whenever they move on to whatever's next in their lives. Khabib hasn't lost, ever, and Tony hasn't lost since 2012. There is no fight that they have made before in lightweight history that is like it.
1, 2, 3, victory!
Tony posted a meme, I feel like a couple days ago, he showed like his last 7 opponents.
Yeah, they're all fucked up, like they all fell off a train.
They're all bloody messes. If this was a scary movie, Tony Ferguson would be that guy.
He's El CUCUY. Tony does stuff to people, and he doesn't get tired.
Training. That's his secret weapon. He fucking loves it. He wants to train all day.
He's legit crazy. I don't know if he feels pain.
When I know my opponent's sleeping and I'm out here working, I know that I'm doing more than him. I'm putting more effort into it. That's money in the bank. It's a small sacrifice to make for greatness.
Well, I don't know that I want to go to my cremation chamber without seeing you and Tony Ferguson.
Is the fight to make at 155 Tony Ferguson now?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good fight.